Hello everyone, Star Wars 101 here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today we are going to be talking about John Boyega. If you don't know who John Boyega is, I don't know how you don't. He plays Finn in the Star Wars sequel trilogy. He is always constantly kind of jabbing at Disney for how they portrayed his character. And honestly, I don't blame him for that at all. And today there was an article released, and he completely blew up at Disney. He is sick and tired of trying to hide stuff, and I'm guessing he had to for a little bit. But now he's coming. He came out and he's not hiding that anymore. So I'm gonna read not the whole thing because the whole thing isn't Star Wars based, but there is the second half is Star Wars based, so I'm going to read that. And before I start reading, just remember this is going to contain language. It's going to contain racial conversations. So if you are sensitive to that kind of stuff, I'm kind of sensitive to it. I don't really talk about it that much anyway. If you are sensitive to that kind of stuff, you can click away now. But I'm going to start reading it, and yeah, we're gonna start where he talks about growing his hair out. He was criticized a lot, and I don't think I realized personally how much he was criticized. He was criticized a lot. I'm gonna start right here because this is where it kind of eases into the Star Wars topic. So here we go. So he says, when black men grow out their hair, it's usually a very powerful thing. Culturally, it stands for something. In fact, it was what Boyega saw as attempts to control his appearance, allied with the smothering feeling of his packed dairy leading into 2017. That caused him to question his place in the sausage machine of big-ticket movie making. That made him wonder if there was actually room for someone who looked like him to exist on his own terms in an industry generally built to white standards and white norms. In the continued afterglow of that first franchise, the defibrillating Star Wars film, he continued to notice a stylist he'd hired when he first started doing press, cringing at certain clothes I wanted to go for. The hairdresser, who had no experience of working with hair like this, but still had the guts to pretend, and he decided that he could no longer grin and bear it like a grateful competition winner. During the press of The Force Awakens, I went along with it, he notes, and obviously at the time I was very genuinely happy to be a part of it. But my dad always tells me one thing: don't overpay with respect. You can pay respect, but sometimes you'll be overpaying and selling yourself short, which makes a lot of sense. With the Lucasfilm branded elephant in the room acknowledged, it's even harder to ignore. This is Boyega's first substantial interview since finishing the franchise, his first since last year's The Rise of Skywalker tied a highly continuous, hurried ribbon on the 43-year-old space saga. How does he reflect on his involvement and the way the newest trilogy was concluded? It's difficult to maneuver, he says, exhaling deeply, visibly calibrating the level of professional diplomacy to display. Get yourself involved in projects and you're not necessarily going to like everything. But what I would say to Disney is not to bring out a black character, market them to be much more important in the franchise than they are, and then have them pushed to the side. It's not good. I'll say it straight up. He's talking about himself here, about the character of Finn, the former stormtrooper who wielded a lightsaber in the first film before being somewhat nudged to the periphery. But he is also talking about other people of color in the cast, Naomi Ackie and Kelly Marie Tran, and even Oscar Isaac, a brother from Guatemala, he says, who he feels suffered the same treatment. He is acknowledging that some people will say he's crazy or making it up, but the recorded character hierarchy of The Last Jedi was particularly hard to take. Like, you guys knew what to do with Daisy Ridley, you knew what to do with Adam Driver, he says, you knew what to do with these other people, but when it came to Kelly Marie Tran, when it came to John Boyega, fuck all. So what did you want me to say? What they want you to say is, I enjoyed being a part of it, it was a great experience. Nah. I'll take that deal when it's a great experience. I'll give the nuance to Adam Driver, all the nuance to Daisy Ridley. Let's be honest. Daisy knows this, Adam knows this, everyone knows this. I'm not exposing anything. He is on a breathless roll now, breaking his long corporate omerta to touch on the unthinking, systematic treatment of black characters in blockbusters. They're always scared. They're always freaking sweating. And what he sees as the relative savage job that returning director J.J. Abrams performed on The Rise of Skywalker, is what he had to say about it. Everyone needs to leave my boy alone. He wasn't even supposed to come back and try to save your shit. Even though he also acknowledges that it is an amazing opportunity and a stepping stone that has participated so much good in his life and career, he is palpably exhilarated to be finally saying all of this. But to dismiss these words as merely professional bitterness or paranoia is to miss the point. His primary motivation is to show the frustrations and difficulties of trying to operate within what can feel like a permanently rigged system. He's trying, really, to let you know what it feels like to have a boyhood dream ruptured by the toxic realities of the world. And then it looks like it goes on more about the stylist that he had. So it's basically recapping everything that he said. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do think he has been really mistreated by this whole franchise, by Lucasfilm, by Disney. I mean, he doesn't deserve to be treated like this at all. I don't think anyone deserves to be treated like this. I hated his character development, his character arc. It was ridiculous. It was such a cool concept to have a stormtrooper turn to the light, turn to the good guys, and to wield a lightsaber and, potentially become a Jedi. We didn't know when The Force Awakens came out. To have that ripped away and to have him just kind of pushed aside as a normal, kind of background character almost like Carrie Fisher's daughter. She was like Finn felt like that. He felt like he had that much importance to to the sequel trilogy and to the saga as much as she did by the end of the film in The Rise of Skywalker. And I'm sitting there thinking, the more I think about it, the more angry I get about it. It's ridiculous. It really is. You could have made him this amazing Jedi that Rey and him could have defeated Kylo together or something crazy like that. But Disney screwed up everything. When I heard that Disney bought Lucasfilm, my immediate reaction was, they're gonna screw this up. And guess what they did? They screwed it up. And I feel like they're gonna do the same thing with Avatar. I feel like they're gonna take Avatar, they're gonna, put all of this, make it all about race, make it about this. They're gonna ruin the story, and no one's gonna care about Avatar anymore. Avatar was the most successful film of all time. And I'm going to tell you something. If they ruin Avatar, I swear I'm never watching another Disney movie again. There's only so much you can take of, this. There's only so much you can take. I still don't think they realize how big of a franchise Star Wars was. Star Wars is 43 years old, coming on 44. It's insane. I get what the article's saying. It wasn't just John Boyega. It wasn't just Kelly Marie Tran. It wasn't just Oscar Isaac. It was all of them. It was everyone. And that goes for Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver and everyone too. Everyone in this sequel trilogy just had a horrible, horrible arc, in my opinion. I don't know. If you guys are a fan of the Disney Star Wars, let me know. Rogue One was okay. But yet again, that's not, the Skywalker saga. It's about the Skywalker saga, but it has nothing to do, with the actual character development in the sequel trilogy. So, thank you guys for watching. I hate to ramble about stuff like this, but like this is why I don't talk about this stuff in the first place. He was tired of being he was really just put in the sequel trilogy as a racial motivation. That's honestly what he was put in the trilogy for. I don't think he was actually supposed to have a purpose. Unless J.J. Abrams wanted to, Rian Johnson screwed everything up. He screwed all that up. He screwed Snoke up. He screwed... Oh, my God. Bottom line is, what it all boils down to is, I have a message for the movie companies. If you decide to see this, if one of you somehow decides to see this, I'm talking to you. Stop stifling these directors' visions. Stop putting all this bull crap in these movies just to, fill your agenda, because it's stupid. All we want to see is a Star Wars movie. That's one of the main reasons why I'm rewriting my own sequel trilogy in the first place, is because they can't even do it. A multi-billion-dollar company cannot even, they can't even make 3 movies. They can't make 3 movies and make them feel attached and together. I don't know, y'all. I do not know. But, that's in the past. It's in the past. It is what it is, and we gotta move on. We have a ton of stuff looking forward to in the future. We have The Mandalorian, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the Cassian Andor series, which I'm honestly and we have all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, as well as follow me on all my social media platforms and my Patreon and merch shop. I will link all of that down below. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys agree with Disney? Do you like what they have done? I agree with this article 100%. I agree with it 100%. Anyway, my name is Star Wars One, and I will see you guys in the next one.